Alright, we are now starting to measure the temperature of the freezing point. The blue temperature probe, which is in this ice water here, is measuring a very cold -6 degrees Celsius. As I stir this around, the ice actually makes it colder. The adding salt makes it colder, and we'll see why that is in a moment. But I'm now adding the rest of the containers as well. I'm going to stir them around, and what I initially see is the blue temperature, that of the surrounding water, increasing slightly, and all of the rest of the temperatures falling quickly. Stirring this just to make sure that it continues to go here. All the lines are dropping at pretty much the same rate. In this ice slurry, and again, the temperature is remaining constant at approximately -7 degrees Celsius. You can add a little bit more salt just to make it even colder in there. Now, the first line, the red line, dipped down and then immediately rose back up to 0. So the red one, which is in the distilled water, has remained constant at 0. And if we're able to look at this one, you can start to see ice crystals forming there. We'll leave it in the water. The purple line, which is the next least, so that's A. The next least salt content is rising now as well and stabilizing at a temperature of -1 degree Celsius. The green line and yellow line continue to drop. The yellow line has now gone up towards its freezing point. And it is leveling off at -3 degrees Celsius. The green is still dropping and has dropped now to -7 degrees Celsius. The distilled water, you can see, is now almost all frozen through. Lots of crystals in there. As is the least salt content, the purple line. It's starting to drop or raise a little bit in the container as a whole, as the blue line and green line have stabilized slightly. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to see if we can get it even colder down there. And the green line is now starting to freeze, and it's going up to its freezing point. I'm going to keep a close eye on these to make sure that I don't let them freeze through, because that'll break the test tubes. But the green line is now raising up to its freezing point of approximately -6 degrees Celsius. The distilled water is now almost entirely frozen solid. The medium, the yellow line, is almost entirely all frozen solid. The least salt is fairly heavily frozen. It's frozen salt on the very bottom, not yet on the top. And you can see that atmospheric condensation is now on the outside of the bottle here. As I warm that up, I can melt that off so you can see into the container. The saltwater slurry.